Welcome to Cabral Housecall. I'm Stephen Cabral, board-certified naturopathic doctor, and today it's time to answer your questions. So Gary asks, what's the best way to build up bigger arms? And so whether you're a guy or a girl looking to build bigger arms, or you simply want to add more tone to them, I'll answer that question for you right now. So one thing is that the arms never get necessarily more toned. Now they can if the muscles are just more flaccid in the first place, more of like a neurological dysfunction, but what happens is when you start to strip away that body fat, you get to actually see the tone to those muscles. All right, so how do you get more muscle tissue, or how do you build bigger arms in the first place? Very, very straightforward. The problem is that most people are looking to just do isolation-based exercises for their arms. So they're looking just to do a bicep curl or a reverse curl or something like a hammer curl, anything that's just a curl and just moving their elbow. But I'll tell you this, that is a nice stimulus. That does work the bicep muscles, and it's a very small grouping right here. And it will break down muscle tissue to help rebuild them stronger and hopefully a little bit thicker, a little bit bigger. But what's gonna get you to that next tier of results is doing exercises that keeps the biceps working as a secondary muscle group for a longer period of time, for more time under tension. What would those exercises be? Well, a barbell deadlift or a dumbbell deadlift where you're holding a heavy weight and your arms are forced to work, or a pull-up, which is also working your biceps, or a row, which is also working your biceps. Now, it's not the primary mover, it's not the primary muscle. Your back muscles would be in those scenarios, but the muscles in the biceps are still working, and they're forced to lift or help with lift much, much heavier weight. So deadlifts, shrugs, pull-ups, rows, pull-downs, all of those things are going to lead to larger biceps in the long run. Now, what I would do is I would make sure those are incorporated in your programs, whether on that bicep day or on other days. Like a chin-up, for example, pulling your chin up to a bar, letting yourself stretch down slowly, phenomenal exercise for the biceps. That can be done first, and then you can do one or two exercises if you prefer after that to build up those bicep muscles. Same for triceps. All right, so what would help build up the triceps? Well, any type of chest press, any type of shoulder press is going to use the triceps as a secondary muscle group. That means you're going to lift more weight and you're going to use those muscles to stabilize under the arms. Then after that, well, you can do dips, great exercise to put mass up on the triceps. And then you can do press downs in any manner that you want, a French press, an overhead tricep extension, all of those things. All of those are fantastic for then, again, adding that icing to the cake by building up the thickness first with larger exercises. That absolutely does work. And then of course, just making sure you follow up with that good nutrition. That protein smoothie after the workout or before the workout will get you the protein requirements that your body needs. And of course, remember, if you're trying to build muscle, don't miss out on those carbohydrates. That's really, really important as well, so that your body doesn't have to sacrifice protein for essentially energy replenishment. All right, next question. All right, so question from Savannah today, and her question is, why do you recommend walking 10,000 steps? So it is a general recommendation across the board for every human that I come in contact with. So unless you're physically unable to walk 10,000 steps per day, it's a physiological requirement. Built into our genetics was walking, was moving, not necessarily running for 5 miles or 10 miles, but it was walking, it was hunting, it was gathering, it was all of those specific things. And the thing that people don't know, and the reason I recommend it, is not for physical activity. It's actually almost the opposite. It's to calm down the fight or flight response, to calm down the sympathetic nervous system, and to relax, to breathe, to let the arms swing as you do walk, so you're not checking your phone at the same time. You breathe, you let the arms swing, and you walk. That actually calms the nervous system. It's the opposite of the stress response or the fight or flight response. It does so much for moving the lymphatic system and basically just work on oxygenating your tissues and recovery. Really, really important. Now, if you're not doing 10,000 steps a day, I don't expect you to jump to that tomorrow. What I'd like you to do is simply add 1,000 steps per week and move up that way. 1,000 steps is really just an extra 10 minutes of walking. Every 10 minutes you do about 1,000 steps. Most people on average, I would say, are around 4,000 steps per day right now. You can track that on pretty much any smartphone or you can use a simple pedometer. We sometimes use a Withings or people like Fitbits, but I'm okay with you using literally a $10 or $20 pedometer that you can keep in your pants or clipped to your belt if you want. So I use it for longevity, anti-aging purposes, for wellness purposes, and then for overall activity. Remember, if you're an endomorph or a larger body type, you need to keep your body moving. That's just the way it is. Physiologically speaking, you have a slower base metabolism, and the more you can do to keep it revved up, to keep it moving, the faster your metabolism will be. There's lots of great research, we've quoted it in the past, that when you sit down, your metabolism is basically slowing down, right? You're slowing down your metabolism, you're basically survival-based purposes, you're trying to expend as little energy as possible. You get back on your feet, it makes a huge difference even though you're not exercising per se. That's why I always ask for the 10,000 step requirement per day, every day. Next question. All right, great question. Jack asks today, if I skip a workout or miss a workout because something came up or whatever it might be, should I double up the next workout or double up the next day? And my answer to that is no. So we're really fighting a long-term battle here, and that's a battle to keep your body physiologically as strong and active as possible. And if we burn it all up in one day, that's going to discourage the mind from wanting to do more in the future. It's also potentially going to make you more sore, so it might have to throw off the workouts later in the week. It might exhaust your body because you might have been recovering from a cold or whatever it might be. So what I would say is this, you can do a combination of that. Either just pick up with your next workout, or if your next workout was supposed to be just a cardio day, a cardio interval day, well, cut that cardio interval day in half, and if the workout you missed was supposed to be a weight training day, like a resistance training day, metabolic day, like we recommend, simply do half or just do 2 sets instead of 3 of your metabolic day, and then do 10 minutes of intervals at the end. That would be perfectly acceptable. So maybe you're adding 10 more minutes to your workout for those intervals, but you're not going crazy and doubling up and adding an hour workout or an hour and a half workout or however it is you do it. So let's be realistic about this. Let's realize that no one workout is ever going to get you the results that you want. It is the sum of the parts. It's the sum of many workouts over many weeks, over many months that sets in at a tissue level that allows you to get the body you want, to keep the metabolism that you want, to be able to live in the real world and have some cheats and miss a day every once in a while, and that's not going to hurt you. You just have to stay with the plan, stick with the regimen, and try to be on target 9 out of 10 times for meal plans, for workouts, for nights of sleep, for all of those things. I think that's realistic, 9 out of 10 times. Shoot for that. Worst, 8 out of 10 times. 9 out of 10 times gives you an A, right? 8 out of 10 times, you're a B. Below that, we're starting to go down the mark. And so what I'd like you to do is not think of any one meal, any one workout as the end-all be-all, but rather the sum of those parts. So don't double up your next workout. Just tweak it a little bit to maximize what you can for that one day. Hopefully that answers your questions, and I look forward to getting more of your questions right online at stephencabral.com/Ask Cabral. I'll talk with you soon. Thank you for just tuning into the Cabral podcast. Before you go, I want to let you know that this is the last week to enter our January contest. All you have to do is go to cabralpodcast.com and it's free to enter. You can win over $2,000 in prizes, and these are all health, weight loss, and anti-aging based tools that we use in my Boston practice every single day with clients. So it's anything from the Dr. Cabral Detox, the Daily Detox Shake, Functional Medicine Labs, our nutrition plan that we use with our weight loss clients and wellness clients, our supplement cases, everything. So go check it out. Even if you just want to see what we use, go to cabralpodcast.com, and right there you can enter within, I think, probably 10 seconds. It's free to enter. I look forward to hopefully pulling out those names at the end of this month and seeing if you are the winner. Talk with you soon.